Major crimes detectives have identified the sergeant who shot a pregnant woman during the raid of a suspected drug house Friday.
Sergeant Lee Slemp is a 25-year law enforcement veteran and spent his entire career with the Washington State Patrol. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey joins us live at the scene with new information about the shooting that may have been an accidental discharge. Jeff?
And Dave, both witnesses here as well as physical evidence at the scene are suggesting that this shooting was accidental. That does not relieve the sergeant of his responsibility to do his job safely, but it also means that he wasn't trying to use deadly force against a pregnant woman. Sergeant Lee Slemp has been a state trooper for 25 years. This video was taken when Slemp was working the road here in Spokane, and then he later transferred to a drug task force operating out of the Pullman, Lewiston, Clarkston areas. Today we got our first look at the hole made by a bullet that was fired by Sergeant Slemp inside the victim's apartment. It appears the round tore through some blinds at a steep incline, then punched its way through a step on a stairwell that leads to the second story of the apartment building. That upward angle suggests the bullet came from a gun that was not being aimed at a person, but rather an accidental discharge. However, a young man who lives here insists the officer who fired his gun was standing out here in the parking lot.
Shut my truck off, started walking the house. In the matter of time it takes me to walk 25 feet maybe, I heard a scuffle, and then I seen the shot fired from this location, and then they brought the lady out and carted her off to the hospital.
Other witnesses say they heard Sergeant Slemp rush to the victim, say he was sorry about the accidental shooting, and then render first aid. But no one here at the apartment building cares if the shooting was intentional or not. They expect more from professional law enforcement officials.
It all depends how you look at the different situation. I mean, he may have accidentally pulled the trigger, but at the same token, it's very hard to accidentally pull the trigger.
And the victim's family say they don't care if the shooting was accidental or not. They insist that they were not dealing crack cocaine here, and they have now retained an attorney to sue the agencies involved. Meanwhile, that State Patrol sergeant knew that he was dealing with a suspect that was pregnant, and he actually took the precaution of staging paramedics just around the corner at the beginning of this raid, just in case the excitement of this execution of a warrant caused her to go into labor. Those paramedics came in very handy after the shooting. Reporting live in North Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.